My man Ron, what's up? We are here after some technical difficulties.
We here again after some technical difficulties, but you know what? Let's keep on pushing on. That's
pushing
that
on.
JC life.
Hey,
that's JC life. No matter how it looks, keep going.
Hey, you know that's why they call it second chance. You man, we getting a second chance. Exactly. You know, we didn't go do one, so now we gonna, you know, we getting our second chance. But anyway, man, we got to jump into it, man, because we're behind. So we want to bring guests on and introduce him, man. This kid, I really believe, is built different. I was just reading the story, man, and then he's from the great state of Washington, where I'm from too. So you know,
right?
Yeah, sorry. All right, so we're gonna bring him on. My man.
Hello. How's it going?
Yep. Yeah. What's up, bro? How you doing, Tyreek?
I'm doing great. I'm breathing. Can't complain.
That part.
You breathing,
yes,
right?
Sir,
right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, you from the state of Washington, bro, so you different, right?
Absolutely. You already know.
Yeah. I'm from all my family's from Renton.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I was born in Bellevue and grew up most of my life in Ballard, Washington. So it's pretty close to like the southern part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know where you at. All right,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Let's jump right in, man. I know you played high school football and baseball.
Yeah, high school baseball and football was the only two sports I really played. It was really mostly football, but I was okay at baseball when I was in like Little League and all that. I played All-Stars and everything. So I was out there just burning energy, having fun. But yeah, football was what I really took serious.
Yeah. So tell me this: what do you love about football? I know you play both sports. So what made you choose football over baseball?
I talk about this all the time. I say I miss baseball a lot, but the worst part was it's a game of failure. You know what I'm saying? It's you get paid millions of dollars to go 30% from the field, like hitting. So it's I don't know. It was that part I couldn't adjust to that well. In football, you already know it. It's contact. It's fast paced. There's not too much, like a lot of people say there's not too much game time actually played, but it's worth it. All the time you're on the field, you're doing.
Yeah, you know, football is the only sport where you practice more than you play.
Absolutely.
You know, baseball, for real, man. I mean, baseball and basketball, you're playing games, you know, 2 or 3 games, maybe even 4 in a week. Football, we play once a week and we practice 5 days.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. You want to go, Ron?
Tyreek, man, have you on Built Different podcast. I just want to. I have the privilege of coaching on the same team as Mr. Tyreek. I coach offense, and he's on the defense side of the ball at linebacker. But I was excited to have Tyreek on because this kid, he's a real deal. You know, he takes care of business. He's the first one there, the last one to leave. He does the extra things. First kid that I ever met that actually studies film. I mean, this kid studies film.
Wow, and that's major.
That's something that I can't say anything to him because I ain't never studied film outside of us watching the team. You know, but this kid, he does all the things right. He studies film. He shows up with a great attitude. In question, he shows up every day ready to go. And I just appreciate that about him. And I'm hoping that big things come for him as a person and as an athlete.
I appreciate that, Coach.
So where's that dedication and desire come from?
Well, it's from a lot of things. I think Well, just to start it off, in high school, like I've been playing football my whole life since I was 6. But in high school, like getting to my later years, I wasn't really recruited highly. And if anybody takes the game seriously and they don't have that opportunity to go to the next level, they for sure put that chip on their shoulder if they want to keep going. And that for sure, it drove me to want to get to that next level even more. And so put a lot of time. I took a gap year after high school, so put a lot of time in the year off season I had, was just working, trying to get better, get my body right, make sure I was healthy, everything, all the little things, just trying to focus on that. So that's really where I got like a little bit of the drive from, but most of it really comes from my family. Like, it's my biggest support system. My mom's been taking me to practices since I was a little kid. My dad, all of that. My brother, he played football. He's one of my biggest inspirations. Like, I love him to death. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things for sure.
So what were the go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
Take us back to high school. What was that experience like? And now finding yourself in your second year in a junior college program. Can you talk about the differences in your process, like your mindset as a high school athlete versus your mindset as a college athlete?
For sure. Well, in high school, I went to a school that was like known for having good football. It was a school, private Catholic school, and I'm blessed to have the opportunity to go there. It was an amazing experience, but I think the biggest thing I would take away from that is I didn't use all the opportunities I had to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? So we had amazing weight rooms, we had good training. The coaches there were amazing. The teachers were amazing. There's nothing I had to focus on besides football and school, and that was it. So I think I didn't really take advantage of that the best I could have. And I didn't realize how much time how much time went by fast. So when I got to JUCO, that was my biggest thing. I was like, I don't have much time here, so I got to make the most of it.
So what are some of the things that you did that was different than what you did in high school? I mean, if you're talking to a high school player, what would you tell him about the transition from high school to junior college athletics?
Well, it's a big leap in dedication for sure, because our coaches tell us all the time it's not the 13th grade, so you have to be prepared to go against like grown men trying to beat their families. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that serious at some point. So just the thing I changed really was like my mindset. My whole mindset changed. I wanted to focus on all the little things, stretching, getting extra work in when I could, making sure my grades were good, because that was another thing in high school. I didn't really have the best grades, and I'm not gonna make any excuses. That's for sure my fault, but life happens. You gotta keep going with the punches. You gotta just fight through it. That's it.
Right. Every day is a new day and a new beginning. If your mindset is right. We can't worry about the things that we didn't do well in the past. It's about trying to do better in the next phase of life. Right.
That shows, because now you have 3.6, right?
Yeah, I had a 3.6 overall GPA that going into the spring semester. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you're on the dean's list.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just trying my best. That's all you can do.
How does that feel?
It's good, but I accept the accomplishments and all the awards, and I just keep going. All the bad things, all the good things, you got to stay level all the way through it. So just gotta set the standard and keep going. That's it.
Right. All conference linebacker.
Set the standard.
Was that a goal of yours, or were you just focused on the process?
I didn't didn't really try to set too many individual goals, because football, it's the best team sport there is, and you can't succeed without having your team win. You know what I'm saying? So I went into the season not really focusing on myself. I just wanted to win games. So all the things that come with wins and a good team.
Right, you're exactly right. It is a team sport, but you know what? Hey, some of those guys out there are bad mamma jamma.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of dudes on the team. You already know. You see us every day.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you don't become all conference, you know, without putting in the effort.
For sure.
You know, there's a lot of guys out there that played your position, and for whatever reason, you know, they didn't make first team all conference. So there's something to be said about that effort as well.
Yeah, and I for sure think that a lot of that just plays into focusing on the little things, like I said earlier. And like you said, I'm religious with watching film, so maybe I watched an hour extra of somebody else who was on LA Valley or who was on Desert, so that might have got me the edge.
Would you say that it's a thing of intelligence or just the natural athlete in you? You know, I know the linebacker position requires you to have great instincts. You know, there's a lot of things going on. You have keys that you have to read. What do you think is your strength in allowing you, you know, to be the player that you are?
Well, I'm pretty physically gifted, I would say. 6'2", 6'3", 230. I'm not the slowest person on the field, so it's for sure. I'm blessed to have the abilities I have, but you know, talent can only take you so far. Everybody says that, so you gotta really work on like the things that you aren't best at, and that's really what I do. I try to work on my lateral quickness a lot, my drops. I try to make myself as well rounded as I can.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So there is a process to being all conference. Your first year in junior college. Right. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Tell me this. Who was the best running back you came up against this year and why?
The best running back?
Yeah.
Dang. That's a hard question. Honestly, if I'm being truthful, Kai was probably the best running back I went up against. You know, he was really? I mean, I was seeing him every single day at practice. I got to watch him play, and I don't know, it was beautiful just watching that. It was, I don't know. It was hard taking him down in practice for sure.
Right. Okay, so it was your teammate. No opponents. What opponent that you went up against and you're like, I'm glad we only play them once a year?
I tackled this might be crazy, but the quarterback for LA Pierce, big dude. He was probably like my size, 6'2", 220. But I mean, you got to get it done. I'm gonna get you down one way or another.
Right.
Down.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So who's your favorite linebacker in the NFL, or even D1?
My favorite linebacker in the NFL is for sure Fred Warner. For sure.
Okay. All
Him
right.
and Roquan Smith. It's a little basic because they're like, without a doubt, the top two linebackers, but I really try to emulate my game off of Fred Warner and Roquan because, you know, that they're the prototypical linebackers.
You don't want to be Ray Lewis, man, or Paulo Almu or any of those guys, man? You know, you got the hair like Paulo Almu.
I'm trying. It's getting there. It's getting there. No, I love Ray. My favorite player of all time is Ed Reed, though. Ed Reed, okay. Brian Dawkins. I don't know. Brian Dawkins had that itch to him. He just violence. There was something about him. He was bringing fear to the stadium before he even walked in. So
right. So this was pretty much our first year, you know, at Southwest. Your first year with our team. My second year. What do you think are some of the things that allowed us to stay together as a team and not, have a complete winning season, but turning the program around from where it was dating back 5 years ago. What do you see as some of those things that we had in terms of chemistry that allowed us to be as successful as we were?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you said it right there, the chemistry. And I can't speak for the previous teams before me, but I would take a bet and say that our team had a lot more structure than theirs. Because I mean, it was the first winning season in 23 years. So
oh man,
yeah, it's a big turnaround. But so I would think that the structure was a little different. And I think that we were very comfortable with like each other and like our coaches, our teammates. We trusted each other, and I also making that a good thing. I think that us being comfortable made it like a hindrance against us as well in some team, like against some player or teams, because when you're going up against like the Pasadenas and the Chafies, you have to lock in extra that week. And I think that's something that we just need to work on this year. And I mean, we're on the right track, so I'm excited.
Right. Do you think having that experience of facing those teams last year will be beneficial this
Absolutely,
year?
100%. Just being able to play any type of college football is beneficial. Going against, like I said earlier, grown men and like people who are trying to get onto that next level of D1, D2. It's all good experience.
Why do you say grown men?
They're not high schoolers. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are just graduating, but we got 23-year-olds, we got 25-year-olds on our team. Those are grown men that have, like I said earlier, again, they got families to feed. Some of them, they got bills to pay. Like, this is real life. It's not, you're not going to high school, you're not getting lunch paid, you're not doing none of that anymore. So
the JC grind is real.
Absolutely, it's different. It's different.
It's different. Right.
Yeah, but you built them. That's all right.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any goals for next year? What are some of the things that you are working on this off season going into spring ball? What are some of the things that you're working on that's going to be beneficial and helping you be a better player next year?
I really want to embrace the leader role a lot more this year. So, that comes with like like little things, just calling out warm-ups maybe every once in a while or doing it. And then like being the first one there, last one to leave, just like trying to do all like the things leaders do and just embrace that role, because I don't know. I think that being a leader on a team prepares you to go on to any level of football. So if you can embrace that at all, then you can for sure ball out anywhere.
Right. What do you mean by become a leader? I mean, a vocal leader. What do you lead by example? And in that leadership, what does it do for a football team?
In all aspects, leading by example, being vocal, just getting hands-on, trying to encourage people, just let them know when they can do more. That's really all it does. It pushes like your teammates to want to be better. I feel like, because I've been in the position where I've seen leaders command the team, and I've also seen leaders like not do that. So it really affects like the balance of the team chemistry and all that. Because if you have a good leader who can command and like get stuff done and can communicate with his players and his teammates, it doesn't even look like he's a leader on the team. It looks like they're all mutuals and they're just in like such a fluid motion that it's perfect. So that's what I'm hoping for. I want to build a culture and a chemistry at Southwest that just keeps going on past when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. That film study is gonna be major, because that's what D1 coaches look at. They look at because that's discipline. So one of the things that I'm sure Ron and I experienced when we went to the next level, of course, the intensity is higher. You're playing in front of bigger fans. People are bigger, quicker, stronger. But such a level of discipline and seriousness, and the fact that you study film translates. D1, definitely NFL, it translates. So that's really awesome. So let me ask this question. I think I know the answer to this, but why come from Washington to California to play JC football?
The competitiveness for sure. And also I think there's a couple of JUCO football teams in Washington, but it's I don't I haven't really heard of them. There's also the fact that my uncle, he was teammates with our head coach who had just came to the school at Southwest, and I was after I graduated, I was working as a security guard at a casino for a while, and this is overnight shift. So, and I get home one day, I'm going to sleep, and then I wake up to a phone call from my uncle, and he says, "Hey, I got a teammate from UNLV who's about to be coaching at a JUCO in LA." He was like, "You still want to play football?" And I just said, "Yeah," because I mean, I've been doing it for so long, why not? But the more I thought about it, I was like, "Yeah, this is something I for sure want to do." So that was really the biggest thing. My uncle, he gave me the chance to actually get out here and make a connection with the coach and all that. So that was really how I chose Southwest.
That's awesome.
Any regrets?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This was the best decision I've made in my 20 years of life.
What's your relationship like with your head coach, Coach Miller?
I love Coach Miller. He's a great person. We be cracking jokes all the time. We can lock in and be serious whenever we need to. It's a great relationship.
Does that carry over into that environment as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like everybody on the team loves Coach Miller. You know, he's a big jokester for sure. Like he be cracking jokes to everybody. Don't think you're safe around him, but it's all out of love, and he just wants us to be better. So that's one thing I sure respect about him.
Right.
Yeah.
That plays a part into the team chemistry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So clearly with a 3.16 GPA, you define what a student athlete is. So talk about how do you balance going to practice, lifting weights, going to meetings, and spending the time you need to study to keep grade point over 3.0.
Well, that just really comes down to a lot of time management and getting comfortable with like a schedule you can work with. So, I mean, I get most of my homework and assignments. I get them Monday or Sunday and Monday, and then I only have class Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So Mondays and Fridays, I'm strictly studying or I'm doing homework. And then those days we either have practice, and Fridays we don't. So I'm either at the library or I'm at home doing homework and just stretching, just trying to stay productive.
That's right.
That's awesome. The guy doesn't sound like a junior college player, does he?
Professional. That professional mindset at junior college level. So you saying no to parties? You saying no to parties and no to all the women and drink, man? You ain't doing none of that?
Absolutely. I stay. There's only 2 places. Actually, there's only 3 places I go. I go to the store, the grocery store. I go to school, and I go home. That's it.
That's the mission.
I'll just chime in right here. So I introduced one of my goddaughters to Tyreek when he first got here. And she was head over heels all over him, and he was just like blank.
Gotta stay focused. Gotta stay focused.
She didn't even exist. So I said to myself, "This guy's focused."
Gotta be.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So Tyreek, okay, you and I on the golf course. You know, you got a little golf game going there. You know, you're not up to par with me yet, but you know,
it's all right.
Ron, ain't nobody up to par with you, Ron.
See, so NFL or PGA, which way you going?
I'm going to the league. I'm cool off the golf course. I don't know enough about that. I want to go to the league.
Right. Well, you know you hit the ball far enough.
Yeah, that comes from the baseball swing though. I just found a way to transfer that to the golf swing, and I make connection with it, and it'll go a long ways. It never goes straight, but it goes far.
Yeah. Hey, he's not bad. He's not bad, Richard. He's pretty good. If he was to dedicate as much time to golf as he does to football, he would be much better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's got a good thing going with that game, to just enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
I want Ty to keep an eye on baseball, man.
Oh yeah, that's where they make the money, and they
because
don't get hurt as much.
Bro,
They get paid.
Man, you mean
it's
them
ridiculous.
baseball players? Oh man, 750 million guaranteed. You know the NFL is the only league that it makes more than baseball, more than basketball, but you don't have guaranteed contracts. You got baseball players that are getting paid from the last two teams they're on.
They're getting paid. They're getting paid.
Just keep your eye on baseball, bro.
It's
I love
ridiculous.
football, but man.
Yeah, that's what my mom tells me. She was like, "You were way better at baseball than you were at football. I wish you would have just stuck to that." But I'm like, it was too slow for me, Mom. I'm sorry. It was way too slow.
Not enough pulling guards.
Nope. Not enough pulling guards.
No fullbacks trying to tear your head off, huh?
No 4th and goals on the 1.
No 4th and goals on the 1. There you go. That part right there. Yeah, I get it.
So tell us about your vision. You got one more year. So after that, where do you see yourself, and what school you see yourself at, and what you see yourself doing? All state 3.0.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just letting God take me wherever. I want to play for a team. I really want to play for a team that wants me, and I don't want to be promised anything. I don't care about NIL or none of that. I really just want to get in there, have a chance to like play and suit up, and I know my effort and the talent I have right now so far, it can take me a long enough ways to really get to my dreams. So that's really all I'm focusing on. I'm just working hard, trying to let God take me where he goes or where I go.
So Tyreek, you actually reached your dream or your goal this year in being offered a scholarship or courted for a scholarship, recruited for a scholarship, but you chose to leave that scholarship on the table and gamble and try to, get something better coming up.
Yeah.
Right? What was the mindset there? What was the mindset there? And was this a decision you made? Did you talk to your family about it? I know you're close to your family. How did you guys come to that decision?
Yeah, I talked to my family for sure about it. My uncle, he was a big influence. My mom, my brother, they were all huge influences on the decision. But it really just came down to how much I believed in myself and how much trust I can put in the organization and the culture we're building at Southwest. And ultimately, it was a lot. I have a lot of faith in the program we got here. I believe in us 100%. So I know that I have an opportunity to do something great. And West Liberty's, I appreciate the opportunity they gave me, but it's a far ways away. It's far from home. But it was an easy choice because I knew that we had a great opportunity to do something great this next year.
Okay. Yeah. But that would be a personal goal for you, to be able to play on a level that you think is suited for your talent.
For sure.
Okay.
FBS all day.
We're trying. That's all we're working for.
You're going to FBS, young man. You're going to FBS, young man. That. USC, UCLA, wherever. Oregon, Oregon State, Florida State.
We're praying.
I know one thing. He's done, the work in the off season. I just seen him a couple of days ago, and he's filled out his little bird chest. He's put some size on, and he looks bigger and he looks stronger, and he's serious about what he's doing, and I'm expecting big things for him as long as he stays healthy. We don't have to question his commitment. As long as he stays healthy, I'm expecting big things about him. But more than anything, I'm just, happy to be a part of this team with the young man like him. He's definitely an example for other young men on the team, and it's great to coach young men like that.
Yeah, we're around a bunch of great dudes too. I'm blessed to be around all my teammates and my coaches as well.
So I'm just curious, what can we expect from Southwest here? I mean, you guys got a tough schedule, right?
Oh yeah, we got a tough schedule, but we're expecting big things. We're shooting for the stars. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to go big or go home. So 10-0, that's what we're shooting for. Trying to get a bowl game, 11-0. That's even better.
Right.
See, that's one of the things that was.
Coach, can you hear him?
No, I cannot.
I can't hear him at all.
Can you hear me?
Now.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Let me see.
Your mic has been you've been roaming all night.
Maybe it's my mic, man.
And you sound like you sound like an AI, Richard.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
That's what oh man.
You sound like an AI, Richard.
Something's wrong with hey, look, I said, AI. I gotta tell
you sound like AI
voice
Richard.
or something, bro. Oh god.
Yeah, your voice is just different. You got is that you for real?
Oh, come on, man.
Hold up.
You got on makeup?
Now how do I sound? Now can you hear me now? Good. So
yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, you had a chance to leave out your first year. And you decided to come back. One of the differences between when we played, you had to stay all 2 years. So do you see a lot of players going out their first year, or a lot of them are saying, hey, I'm gonna stay, all 2 years, or it just kind of varies?
Well, I honestly don't have a lot of experience with that too much. From our team, a lot of us, they stayed that second year, and a lot of the dudes who actually left were sophomores. So from what I know, I think it's you try to get your second year in and try to just do better than you did your first year, and then you have a good chance to get out. But there's always those freaks of nature who can be one and done. They have 20 picks or something crazy like that. So it might just be in that situation. It might just be like a grades thing or a personal situation that happened outside of football and all that held them back out of high school from really going D1.
I see. Yeah.
So what does Tyreek tell his 13-year-old self now that he's gone through all these different stages and life is better, it's coming together? What do you tell your 13-year-old self about where you are now?
Never expect the best. Never expect the best, because there's always going to be some bumps and bruises throughout the journey you take, because everybody's journey is different. But I never really went into the situation thinking I was gonna be like the top ranked athlete or the top ranked linebacker in the state. I just wanted to do my best, and that can take me as far as God wants. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would tell my 13-year-old self. Just stay focused, really stay driven, avoid motivation, because that's all BS. But just don't expect the best. It's all gonna be hard at some point.
Right. Peaks and valleys.
Yes, sir.
There you go. That's it right there. I mean, even at my age, things is not always 100% smooth.
Yeah.
Wisdom does carry you, but still there's things to deal with at every phase of life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add? Is there anybody you want to give some flowers to?
Dude,
attaboys, some shout outs.
This could go on forever. I do want to. I shout out my family, my brother Malik. I love him. my soon-to-be sister-in-law, Ella. Love her.
Nice.
I got my 2 nephews. I miss them so much. My family, my mom and my grandma. I love them so much. My dad, RP my dad. I miss him. I love him so much. There's a lot of people, my teammates. I couldn't be more thankful for them. I appreciate them for everything they do. They break their backs for me, you know what I'm saying? Like they go to practice and weight training every day and work their hardest, and I couldn't thank them enough for that. My coaches, my Uncle David, my Auntie Misa, my cousins. There's a lot of people. I'm just gonna say everybody, all my friends back home, everybody that knows, shout out to you, because there's a lot of people.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Great. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Richard?
Yeah, man. I just want to tell you that first of all, I got a prediction. You're gonna be University of Washington, man. You're gonna be a cool. Hey, bro. You're gonna be a Husky, bro. I'm telling you, you're gonna be a Husky.
That's really the dream, right there.
Richard, why are you trying to send him home?
That's the dream.
Because he just talked about his family,
right?
And what would be more important than his family being to drive down to Husky Stadium and see their man ball out.
There you go.
The man ball out.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, look, man. I mean, the fact that you're disciplined, we don't see that in a lot of young men. I mean, I think that the focus that you have, the film study, it's hard being a student athlete. I don't think anybody understands that have not done it. It is hard playing a physical sport like football or any sport, especially football, because it's so taxing on the body. And then be able to go and study like you need to and keep your grades up is extreme. And then the sacrifices, because there's a lot of temptation. I mean, look, when we were coming, there was no social media. You can be on social media and spend 3 hours your head in the phone.
Just doing nothing.
So much temptation that we didn't have. So, it's hard. I think, it's probably harder now than it was because it's easy for us to focus. But the fact that you can do all that, man, and be successful, young man, hey, you're built different.
I appreciate that. That's what I'm here for. We're all built different. That's what all 3 of us are here.
And then you got your guy. And then he got a spirit. He's a God-fearing young man. Oh man, the sky's the limit.
Well, Tyreek, as I stated in the beginning, I was excited about having you on, man. You're a great guy. You're a good young man to be around. I can't say enough about you and how you carry yourself, and I attribute that to the awesome job that your parents, did with you, and I want to thank you for being on Build Different podcast, man. And I wish you luck. And you already know, man, if there's anything you need or you got a conversation and you can't reach to one of your brothers or any of your family members, I'm always here for you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for having me on here too. It was amazing. I was for sure a little nervous coming in here. It was my first time doing any kind of thing like this, but it went smooth. I was trying to do my best, so I'm happy I got to do it.
Yeah, it can be a little nerve-wracking, but I just can't understand, why aren't you afraid of a 275 tackle, a 275-pound tackle, but you're afraid to come in here and get on the screen?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Right.
Well, hey man, we're gonna be watching you, man. We're gonna be praying for you, man. And I see big things in your future. And hey, you going FBS,
Thank
man.
You.
I mean, with work ethic, the focus, you going FBS, bro. So I just want to tell you, man, congrats on being you, bro. You are truly, truly built different.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Peace.
You guys have a good one.
We appreciate you, brother. All right.